Yo, what's up, gamers? So, I walked into the breakroom today and Olivia from accounting has turned the table into a tiny dinosaur survival audit. So I'm like, Olivia, why are there dinosaurs in the quarterly budget? And she just says because someone has to account for the server extinction event. And that's when it clicks. The official servers for ARK Survival Evolved and ARK Ultimate Survival Edition on Nintendo Switch shut down on August 31st, 2026. As of this recording, we have less than 2 weeks left. So before we get into this, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below. Would you still buy ARK Survival Evolved on Switch for single player and unofficial servers? Or does losing official servers kill the value for you? So let's grab a mop, because I'm going to need your help figuring out if ARK Survival Evolved on Switch is a smart cheap pickup, or if Olivia's dinosaur audit is about to classify your official server base as an extinct asset. Let's get into it. So what even is ARK Survival Evolved on Switch? ARK Survival Evolved is a survival game where you wake up on a dangerous island, gather resources, craft gear, build bases, tame dinosaurs, fight other creatures, lose your stuff, rebuild, and somehow call that relaxing. It is basically dinosaur survival homework with teeth. You get to build a base, tame the murder lizards, lose your inventory in a swamp, start over, and pretend that was the plan. But the Switch version has its own weird history. The original 2018 Switch port had a rough reputation. Groove Street Games rebuilt it into ARK Ultimate Survival Edition. And that matters because it's not just some forgotten throwaway port. Over 1 million players explored the official Switch servers between the original release and the rebuilt version. And now those official servers are being shut down soon. So here's what is actually ending. The official server network on Nintendo Switch is being retired. So that means all that official progress, characters, tribes, bases, tames, breeding lines, everything that you build on those servers disappears with them. And that is where this shutdown bites. Because official server progress in ARK Survival Evolved is not just a number on a menu, it's the hours, weeks, months, sometimes years. It is the base you kept rebuilding, the tribe you logged in with, the dinosaur you raised like a reptile mortgage, the storage boxes full of stuff you swore you were going to organize someday. And because official server progress is server side, when the official network shuts down, that progress goes with it. And right now there is no official Switch migration tool announced, no official save download announced, no archive path announced for players to move official server progress into single player. So if your main home is on official Switch servers, treat this countdown like it is real. Take screenshots, record your base, capture the dinos you care about. Because in ARK Survival Evolved, a dinosaur is not just a dinosaur, it is a time investment with claws. Somebody out there raised a digital T-Rex longer than most people kept houseplants alive. And now the official server is walking in with a clipboard and a meteor. Luckily for a lot of gamers, this is not a delisting. The game itself is not becoming unplayable. Single player is still going to work with offline survival, unofficial private servers, non-dedicated sessions, own DLC maps will still work. And the game is also going to work on the Switch 2 through backward compatibility. So the value question becomes simple. If you want official server life, wrong time to buy in. If you want solo survival, private sessions, or community servers, this is still a real game in here for you to purchase. Now before we talk about the price, we need to talk about why ARK Survival Evolved on Switch has always been such a weird case. Because the game was never gentle on hardware. ARK is big, messy, open world, full of creatures, bases, weather, physics, inventory systems, and enough moving parts to make a handheld start whispering legal disclaimers. That is why the original 2018 Switch version had a rough reputation, with low resolution, rough performance, long load times, messy visuals, and it felt like someone tried to cram Jurassic Park into a lunchbox, then asked the lunchbox to hold 30 frames per second. But the 2022 rebuild changed the conversation. Groove Street Games rebuilt the Switch version into ARK Ultimate Survival Edition, and that version is so much better, with better visuals, faster loading, stable performance, even though it was still limited by the Switch hardware, but no longer the old disaster people remember. And now with Switch 2 backward compatibility, plus the 2025 patch improving performance and resolution, it feels like the future of playing ARK Survival Evolved on Nintendo hardware is less about official Switch servers, and more about the rebuilt version running better on newer hardware. Now let's talk about the digital price, because this is where Ark Survival Evolved on Switch gets interesting. The base version of Ark Survival Evolved is around $5 during the current event at the eShop, and Ark Ultimate Survival Edition is currently around $12.50. But that sale is not going to last forever. It ends on August 30th, 2026 at 1:59 a.m. Central Time. So if you are a new buyer, you might as well get the Ark Ultimate Server Edition, because you get the whole rebuilt version, the base game, the major DLC, all for one price. And if you already own the base game, you might as well get the upgrade path first. Right now, the store is showing Ark Ultimate Survival upgrade is for around $9.99. Meanwhile, the Season Pass is around $6.24, and the Genesis Pass is around $7.49. So buying those passes separately can cost more than the upgrade. And that is how the eShop quietly suplexes your wallet if you're not careful enough. Now let's talk about physical. And yes, the physical copy still exists for the original 2018 Switch release of Ark Survival Evolved. But the physical is not the best value right now. Those carts need the major update to become the improved modern version. The recent eBay listings I've seen put new physical copies commonly around $34 to $45. Used or like new listings are messier, often landing around $23 to $35 once shipping is included. So here's the final verdict. If you're buying Ark Survival Evolved on Switch now, the best deal is digital. If you're a new buyer, go with Ark Ultimate Survival Edition while it's around $12.50. And if you already own the base game, check the Ultimate Survival upgrade at $9.99 before buying separate DLC. And if you're a physical buyer, only do it if you collect Switch cards or find a better deal, because right now, digital's the way to go. Well, that's all I got. I gotta bounce before Olivia from accounting makes me depreciate a plastic raptor and asks me whether emotional damage from server loss counts as a deductible dinosaur expense. But before I go, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe for more You Can Buy breakdowns, and let me know in the comments down below. Would you still buy Ark Survival Evolved on Switch for single player and unofficial servers, or does losing official servers kill the value for you? This is Scruffy the Janitor signing off. Peace out.